Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Friendship Dawn podcast. It is the week of April 10th, 2022. My name is Ivan, and with me here today is
Brady.
And
Skylar.
my two best friends.
Hell yeah.
Um,
I'm keeping you to that.
oh, I can't change it.
Nope,
Okay,
never.
ever again. All right. Well,
I'm also cool with this.
today's card of the day is Gala Greeters. It is
Oh.
1 and G for a creature elf druid 1/1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on Gala Greeters. Create a tapped treasure token, or you gain 2 life.
You pick a creature that hasn't been.
Whoa.
Well, you pick the effect that hasn't been done.
How much does this
Oh.
cost?
Two?
Is it 2 mana 1/1?
Yeah,
Wow,
2
this is
mana, 1/1.
fucking cool as hell.
Yeah,
Holy shit. And it, I really like that it makes a tapped treasure token.
yeah. Because you'd be pretty busted if.
Yes, but it still
Maybe
makes
other
the
way.
treasure. It's a nice workaround around.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh man, we want this to make a treasure token, but I don't want every creature you cast to cost 1 less mana.
Yeah. Well, you only get 1 treasure token a turn, but yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the other
Yeah.
thing too. Is this is only once per turn, but it doesn't feel awful because it's like 3 per turn, but they're 3 different. This card fucking rules.
This card
Yeah.
seems
I'm
really
instantly
good
in
for
love
elves.
with this card.
Yeah, this card is really good for like everything. It's
Elves
just
clan.
sick as fuck.
Yeah,
man.
is this a card we might be looking at to put in the cube?
Maybe, probably. But I haven't shown you guys the cool part about this card yet.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the cool part about
So
it.
if you
It flips
scroll
now.
up at so there's a bunch of showcase frames that you guys can see.
Yeah.
Right. So this one right here is in English, right? There's a bunch of people in white suits.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This one is in Japanese.
No way.
You have
They're
show
like-
with fans.
Aw.
I think is this Japanese or what?
That would be Chinese.
That looks like Chinese.
All right. It's some traditional Chinese dancer then with fans. This one is in Korean, I'm pretty sure.
No, that is not Korean.
What is it?
That is also Chinese.
Oh, Mandarin. Oh, traditional Mandarin and
Yeah, those are both Chinese.
oh, that's funny. Well, there's 2 different arts for the Chinese one. Thank God we have someone who's actually good at this. I feel so bad for just guessing.
That might be.
Well, no, now that I look at it, yeah, it's the same.
It's
It's the same
text.
language. Well, it's it's the same letters, but it's different text. One's probably traditional, one's probably not.
One might be simplified.
Yeah, simplified. That's what I was looking for. Because I know that I know it gets printed in traditional and simplified
Mm-hmm.
for Magic cards.
Is there
Here's
Japanese
a
version?
Oh
German
my
one
God.
with German
Attire.
German attire. Here is some Spanish language. Not I know Spanish is its own language. I can't. Oh, Hispanic language.
That one's the Japanese one.
Yeah, this one's the Japanese
Oh
one.
yeah.
Which is the guy in the suit and the
the girl in the
kimono.
kimono.
Yeah. Here is another not Spanish. It's Hispanic language. Here that's Korean.
I think that one might be Brazilian.
Oh yeah, this one's Brazilian. I'm pretty sure. That's what the guessing based on the art, which is probably the worst thing to guess. And then here's
So it
Anyways,
has a million
it has-
different arts.
It has a different art
For-
for every language.
it has a different showcase art for every language to show what is in that culture a traditional gala greeter.
Cool. I
Yeah,
like it a
that-
lot. We
this-
should buy.
yeah, I think this might be my favorite card of the set.
Should buy.
It would be a. I mean, the
Well, is
card
this the
would have
only
to be
card that does this?
mega
Yes.
fucking cool. The top of this shit, like this
This-
card. I'm really glad you. Was this a random choice, or were you like, oh no, this card kicks ass?
This card kicks ass. That's why I picked this card.
Okay,
because
cool.
I love
Okay.
the like 30 different arts, and each one of them shows like
Okay,
And
but
also
what's
the
your
card is
favorite
good.
art?
yeah. Also, the card is good.
I
I
really
just-
like.
I like
Oh,
the
man.
German one.
I kind of like.
I
the
think you're
traditional-
biased, but
Yes,
I was also gonna
I
say
would
my
agree.
favorite is the Japanese one. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
It's
I
pretty
like
easy to be
either
biased.
the one with the like, what's the one with the like cape and the feather hat?
Over here?
Or not cape. Nah, up one and right one.
Up one, right one?
Yeah, I like
We
that one a lot.
think that might be Brazilian. It is some Hispanic language.
Although
Yeah.
looking at it, the
Or
art
the
again, I think
Traditional Mandarin.
I think
Yeah.
traditional.
That
The
one
traditional
also.
Chinese
I
is
really
really
like
cool.
It's really
traditional
good art.
Mandarin, yeah. What we think is traditional
I
Mandarin.
also don't hate the English one. Like the English one kind of looks okay. Like, I think the
I honestly
man.
don't like the English one, but
I like the showcased art for the English one. I don't like the default.
the default art isn't what
It's
we're
like
talking about
nothing
yet.
to even talk about.
Yeah.
It's just like, hello, I'm an elf.
Hello. Me, I'm a elf.
this card kicks ass.
And
Yeah.
then- oh, this is for
I think
the.
the Japanese one is my second favorite,
This is.
but I just loved it. Like, this is one of these things where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy 11 Gala Greeters.
Oh my
Like,
god! I will own each copy of this card,
but for no reason other than to show people that.
Yeah. just like your 13 Xanth Gorgon or
13?
how
No,
many did you
like
have?
87.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Sorry, I
Yeah.
remember the number being 13 back when I was with you when you were
Yeah.
collecting them.
it is I was trying.
Xanthrid Gorgon.
Yeah,
That was it.
Xanthrogorgon. I was trying to get enough so that you could put them in the back of like clear sleeves and then like sleeve up an entire EDH deck with them. Which would be funny as fuck, but I only have like 63 of the promo. So
Ah.
yeah. I didn't even get to 100 using promo non-promo. Also, like some people were like real dicks about it too. I was like, oh hey, you opened a Xanthrogorgon. Like, you know, they would open packs
Yeah.
and they would get a Xanthrogorgon, a literally fucking worthless card, like maybe 10 cents, right? And I'd be like, oh hey, you want to trade that Xanthrogorgon? Or, oh hey, do you want to get rid of that Xanthrogorgon? And they'd be like, oh yeah, sure, of course. And I'll be like, cool, can I just take it? And they'd be like, nah, it's a rare, man. I'd be like, okay.
I
And they're like, can't believe you thought I was just gonna give it to
Wait,
you.
so why is Xanther?
It's like,
Does it have unique art?
no
No,
just a bit.
It
It's
is.
an
It is a
absolute-
bit where I was like, this card is so unplayable. I think if I asked everybody at the pre-release, they would all give me their promo,
Oh,
and I did, and I got from a 13-person tournament 13 Xanthrogorgons, and then moved on from there and did it at every other pre-release, and then did it like started doing it Friday Night Magics and shit too. Like it's just garbage, man.
It's worthless.
It's like a 6-mana 3/6 with Death Touch.
We'll
and you
show
can, like,
you a video of someone who successfully did this with Hashep Desert.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's a uncommon though. It's easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, still. He took it to its logical extreme.
Yeah.
Or perhaps illogical extreme.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, yeah, this card kicks ass. I want this card very badly. I'll probably add
Cool.
it to the cube.
There's a ton of other stuff.
Cool. Do we want to look at any of it? Do we
I don't
the
know. I
time?
haven't looked at any of it, so I can't. I haven't.
Click
sifted
on a
through
random
it.
card. Click on a random. Show me.
Spoilers.
What's that one with the full art? The that
Void
one.
Rend.
Yeah.
WUB. This spell can't be countered. Destroy target non-land permanent instant.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Fucking
I
just
like the name and the
destroy.
art.
The
Yeah.
art does look sick.
I mean, it's also just a really powerful card.
I don't know. I have a hard time judging any 3-colored cards' power.
Yeah. Unleash
'cause
the
I'm like-
Inferno. 1 RBG, so Jund colors. Unleash the Inferno deals 7 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Okay. When it deals excess damage this way, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the amount of excess damage.
Okay.
Well, that's a mouthful.
That's a wall of text for a thing that's only a 2-for-1 if the stars have aligned for you.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Here is an unlicensed hearse. Someone didn't license their car, I guess.
Oh my god.
It's a 2-mana star artifact vehicle with crew 2. It has tap, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. And its unlicensed hearse's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards exiled with it. Hey, that's not bad.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So, At first, it's a 0/0,
Yeah.
and then you tap it to exile 2.
Yeah. And so you using the spirits to fuel your car,
Sure, but
which
you
is
still
why
have
it's
to
unlicensed
crew
because
it.
you're desecrating graves in order
Yeah.
to power your car.
Yeah, it's a hearse.
Yeah, well, I mean, you need someone to drive your hearse.
I suppose. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like, you didn't.
Weird. What a
Christopher
strange.
Two.
It doesn't sound very good.
Here's a body launderer, 2BP.
A body launderer?
Yep. Creature, ogre, rogue, death touch. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, body launderer connives.
Connives?
Yeah.
Excuse me? What the fuck does that do?
Checking. Oh. I think you draw a card and then discard a card, and then if it's not a creature. Fuck. Or sorry, if it's not a land, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. I'll have to scroll down to an old card with connives.
Wait, isn't that like?
Oh yeah, its controller draws a card, then discards a card. If the discarded card was a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like Explorer?
Yes,
Nah.
but it's a little different because Explorer only draws a card if you
it's
hit
a
a land. Yeah, it only gets the counter if you don't draw the card.
Yeah.
But it gives you a counter no matter what.
No.
No. Wait,
You only get the counter if it's not a land.
Yeah.
So Explorer says, reveal the top. What
well,
is
I'm
it?
talking about the other one now. That's what
Connives?
Explorer does, yeah.
Oh.
Connives draws a card, and then so you draw a card, and then you discard any card from your hand, and then if
Oh.
it wasn't a land, you put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Oh, but you have more influence over it.
Yeah, a lot more influence over it.
Sure.
And then when Body Launderer dies, return another target non-rogue creature card with equal or lesser power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Neato.
Oh. Wow. That's a cool card.
Yeah.
And it has Death Touch, just because it's a black creature.
Yeah. I love it when they add things to black creatures. Where would we be if Grave Titan didn't have Death Touch?
Oh my god. Why?
Where would we be?
Probably in a grave. Or not in a grave?
No, Grave Titan pulls them out of the graves. Anyways, moving on to weekly work. I think we all have a story, so who wants to go first?
I'll get mine out of the way since no one immediately spoke up. Alright, so I talked to what I can only describe is quite possibly the most brain dead blackjack player I've ever dealt to. So he
How?
he walks up to the table, right? He starts playing a hand of it's a $5 table. Goodness.
Whoops.
And he's playing $5 main hand, like 1 on the side bet, and he sees another player who's playing 2 and 1. Because there's a special promotion on all the blackjack tables that says if you play at least $1 on the side bet, it halves the minimum that you can play on the main hand.
Yeah.
And it's super special on specifically the $5 table, in which you can play $2 on the main hand and $1 on the side bet.
Mm-hmm.
So he sees that and is like, what? How do I do that? And I'm like, well, if you play at least $1 on the side bet, you can play $2 on the main hand.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, how much is it to play 2 hands? And I was like, $4, because it doubles the minimum.
Oh, I just told him 5.
So I have told them 5, but there's always somebody who's like, no, it's actually 4. Which is true, it is 4.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just annoying. So I tell him it's $4. This was my mistake. What's the closest thing to $4? It's the blue chips, of course. Okay. He looks at all his chips, hands me 25 red chips and 5 white chips, and says, I'd like blue for that. And I go,
Why?
okay. I take his $30 and I break it out. I don't know what to say because it's not a color up. It's not a check change. So I say both. Color up, check change, 30. And pass him a stack of 30 blue chips. He then proceeds to place 2 blue chips on the main hand and 1 on the side bet. A blue chip is worth $2.50.
Wait.
You might
Oh,
have.
God.
You might have been a. You might have been a poker player, because I think there's $2 chips in poker.
So this goes on for a bit. I try to hint that it's $5 by like splashing the 2 blue chips and handing him a red chip whenever he gets paid. He just takes the red chip. He gets low on blue chips, hands me 4 red chips. Yeah, can I get blues for those? And at this point, I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't understand. Here, bud. So you do this is what I say almost verbatim. You do realize, and I point at the 2 blue chips, that's $5. And he looks at me with empty eyes. What do you mean? And I splash the 2 blue chips and I say, well, these are two 250 chips, so this is $5. You could bet a red chip there. And then he's like, oh, well, okay. So then I can do this. And then he puts 1 blue chip on the main hand and 1 blue chip on the side bet for both hands. And I'm like, no. I'm saying that it still has to double the minimum. It's just that if you're gonna do this, no, just give me blue chips. And slack-jawed, I just go,
Okay.
And have given up. This man gets a blackjack, he gets 3 blue chips. $7.50 on a blackjack, 3 blue chips.
Is he just here to play poker?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. He just doesn't understand. He just doesn't understand what he's doing. And was belligerent when I tried to explain it to him.
Did I say the Pie Gas story? It's
Not yet.
kinda
I
similar
do
to this.
need to finish this out.
all right.
So this
There's
goes
more?
on for this goes on for the entire time I'm there. After that, I'm like, another dealer taps me in, and I'm like, all right, guys, thank you so much for playing. Best of luck to you. And the dude's like, all right, I'm out, and picks up his stack of maybe 35 blue chips. all of his chips in a couple of hands, just picks them all up and attempts to leave the table. It takes me a millisecond to glance down and see that we have, 12 blue chips. Not enough blue chips. He's going to take all of them. I have to do something. Sir, you can't leave the table with those blue chips. He's like, what? Oh, do you want them? And then picks up the stack and hands them to me horizontally, so that if he were to drop them, the chips would fall onto the table, not in a stack. And I look at him and go, well, I mean, I don't want them, but my dealer will need them. And he's like, okay, and just lets them fall. And I'm just like, I'm gone. Bree! Okay, we got Bree coming in for you. Have a good night. And I go on break. Just
Unbelievable.
just fried.
Yeah.
Absolutely brain fried. Just no idea what happened. It felt like I was in a fever dream.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. So this is not actually that similar, but this reminded me of a Pie Gal story. So someone's playing like, they have a giant stack of reds and they have like a smaller stack of whites.
Sure.
And they're playing like 10 on the side bet and then like 3 to like 8 on the side. Sorry, 10 on the main bet, 3 to 8 on the side bet, and sometimes like $1 or $2 on the Pie Gout.
Wait, so sometimes they have the envy bonus and sometimes they don't?
Yes.
Why?
So anyways,
So I don't
They-
understand IGO enough to just follow this.
Okay.
But okay.
So they have like 5 on the envy, right?
But sure. What?
Okay,
15
so
on the
I need,
main
to,
hand.
I need to really quickly explain Pie Gow to Grady.
All right.
Okay, so Grady, in Pie Gow you have 3 different bets you can bet on. You've got
Okay.
the main hand, which is like a little poker game you play.
Sure.
You can only win 1-1 on that one.
Okay.
So it's like a win, lose, or push. Then there's 2 side bets. There's the fortune bonus, which you win if you have a straight or better, and pays out accordingly. And then there's the
Trips
pie.
are better.
Well, yes, but the straight is the word. Sorry, that's how I explain it. Trips are better. And then the Pie Gow bonus, which pays if the dealer has a Pie Gow and the player beats the dealer's 5-card hand. In Pai Gow, you have 2 hands, a 2-card hand and a 5. Anyways, so if you play at least $5, you get a little envy token placed in front of your bet. This means that when another player has a hand that is quads or better, like a really essentially an amazing hand, you get paid a little bit as well.
Oh, just for
So
being there.
yeah, just for at least
yeah.
playing $5 and being in the hand.
Right. So
I understand. Okay.
this person has like 15 on the main bet, $5 on the envy, and then they pick up all their whites, 7 whites, put them on the Pai Gout bonus, think for a second, take out a red and push it into me. And then I'm like, do you want check change for that? And then they shake their head, yes. Then I point at their Pai Gout bonus, and I'm like, you got 7 whites right there. And then they're like, check change. And I'm like, okay. And I take the coin in,
Yes.
give them 5 whites, push it out.
Yep.
Then they take the 5 whites, put 3 on the Pai Gout, making it an even $10. And 2 on the main bet.
Oh man, this is the
Lose all their money. Give me a $10 for white.
Wait, so they just want stacks of whites,
Yes.
which I can only assume is $1, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So they had a red chip, which is 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, I've got 7, but 5 is too many to complete this 10. Can you give me $3?
No. So there's like, oh, but I don't want to bet 12. I don't even know what they're thinking because he doesn't get $3 for his $5 chip. He gets $5.
I know, but he has 3 white chips, which is enough to complete his Tower of Power,
And
but
then he
not
looks at
enough.
the remaining 2 and puts them on his main hand
Yeah.
when he could have just had 2 red chips.
Wait, he could have just put the red chip on there.
Yes, exactly. That's what Ivan is trying to say.
Well, I don't understand what.
I know, but now you do understand.
I do understand.
And this shit sends me to the fucking stratosphere. Whenever somebody plays 2 blue chips,
Look,
on a
alright,
bet?
they needed all the extra time they could get to think about whether they wanted to bet 12 or 10, and they decided 12 was the way to go, and they needed the time of you fiddling with chips or whatever
but
to
you
figure it
didn't
out.
need to put in the. It's so it drives me fucking crazy. If they really wanted to, they could have put the red chip and 5 whites on there, and then have 2 whites on the main bet, or
It's
whatever.
not a matter.
It's the principle. Oh, fucking principle. Oh, dude.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm
All right.
sorry.
All right. Great. What's your
What's
your
Okay,
work story?
so I got hit in the fucking face by.
Oh shit! That's my work story too.
Wait, really?
You just told your work story, you dingling.
No.
No,
That was
Was
my
it
name's
related to a
fine.
computer monitor?
no.
Okay.
You go.
So this is really funny because I work at the same place these two do, but I'm in the IT department. They work in table games, which is where my incident took place. So I'm in the 4th pit, which is in like the non-smoking area.
Yeah.
And there's a monitor in there that they use to like log in to it, and then they can log players in so they get their rewards or whatever. Yeah, one of those was dead, and I was replacing it, and they're on these like stands that are just completely made out of metal, and they have a spring in them, so they go up. I took the old monitor off, which was fairly heavy for like a monitor, and I'm like fiddling around with the cables because there's like a thing on it, like a track you can put the cables in. Yeah, that thing fucking swings up and hits me in the face.
Oh,
And-
Jesus.
And I'm just like, I wasn't even like pain. I was just like, did that really just fucking happen to
Did
me?
I just get raked like I'm Sideshow Bob in The Simpsons?
Did
Oh
I
my
just
God.
did I just get
Holy
fucking
shit.
hit by a computer? And I'm like, how
Oh,
dare you
Jesus.
betray me? But
That is
like, yeah,
not-
it hit me in the face. It took my glasses off, and I was just like, what happened? I was just sitting there for a second, just like trying to recollect myself.
That's terrible. No wonder why you thought you had a concussion. I was.
I
so
did have a
confused.
concussion.
Oh.
I went to the doctor and they told me I had a mild concussion, but I need to get to that part of the story first.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Okay, so that happens, and I'm like, well, whatever. I've gotten hit in the head before. Like I normally don't. Nothing happens. So I finished doing it, and then I'm like, that's weird. My head still hurts. Like an hour later, and I'm like, that's not normal. But I think it's just because I got hit pretty good, and not like a concussion or anything. But so I'm like, okay, well, I have another one of these monitors to replace, so I'm gonna go do that. But I'm gonna be very careful about it. And then after that, I will never go to table games ever again. That did not happen. I went there the next day, but or the next time I worked. But anyways, did that one. Did not take a swing at me. It was already at like it already had the monitor off of it, and it was already at its like max height. So I was like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, you stupid computer. But yeah, and then 2 more hours pass, and I'm just like doing work stuff, and I'm like, yeah, my head still hurts. Cool. Whatever. Just keep living. And then I go get something to eat, and then I'm like, oh god, I feel nauseous. And I was obviously, when I was not doing anything, looking at the symptoms of a concussion, because I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So, but there's a first aid room at this casino. So I go there, and they're like, yeah, we can't really do anything for you, but since you got hurt at work, we're gonna need you to pee in this cup and also breathe in this breathalyzer. And I'm like, cool, thanks. I'm just gonna sit here with my headache while you fill out paperwork, and I have to just wait to pee in this cup. So all of that happens, and I'm just like, whatever. So it's like 20 minutes. I'm just not doing anything, just like sitting around basically. Then I just go back to work, and I just work the rest of the day. But then I stay up late that night just so I don't like
Throw up in your sleep and
you
then
just
drown.
like throw up in my sleep or just pass out and never wake up again, because that's a thing that could happen.
Yeah.
And then but I end up going to sleep eventually, and I'm like, I message my roommate and I'm like, hey, can you come wake me up in like 4 hours to make sure I'm alive? And they're like, oh, and then they wake me up at that time, and I'm like, cool, thanks, go back to bed. But yeah, that day passes, and I'm like, my head still hurts. I'm gonna talk to somebody, and I'm like, I don't know if I can just call my like regular doctor who I still haven't seen yet and be like, hey, I got hit in the head, can you give me an appointment? And it's like, I don't know. So I talked to my insurance people, and they're like, oh, you can just go to urgent care or whatever. And I'm like, oh, cool. Surprisingly, urgent care wasn't the worst part of the story. But
you just love urgent care, don't you?
no, okay. I've been to the ER like so many times, but I've only been to urgent care like once or twice.
Okay.
But to be fair, the ER is far worse. But I don't know.
Poor guy.
It's hard being me. I'm like incredibly accident prone, but just like really lucky in other things. God, where's I going with this? Yeah, that day. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. But I talked to the insurance people, and they're like, they have a chat room where you could talk to like a nurse. And I talked to them. And they're like, well, it doesn't sound like you have that many symptoms of a concussion, but if it gets worse or keeps lasting till the end of the week, then you should go to the doctor. I'm like, okay, but
It's
the
only
day-
been there for
3
days.
36 hours is when I was like, okay, I'm going to the doctor now. And that was the next day in the morning. But Tuesday, so I got off work on Monday at like 1 in the morning, went to bed at 6 in the morning, woke up on Tuesday, was like, oh, there's more symptoms happening, but I don't know if they're from the concussion. Here's what happened. I got a cold at the same time. So I was just like,
my
Fucked up.
I'm just like, what is happening? So I'm like looking up all of my symptoms to see if this is a concussion. It's like, that could be a concussion. Is this drainage from my brain, or is this like I have the sniffles? So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go to the doctor. I'm like, Mom, can you take me to the doctor? Because I don't want to drive with a fucking concussion. And she's like, yeah, okay. And she was also an advocate for me going to the doctor. So I go there.
That's weird.
And I
Who
sit
would
in
have anticipated this?
I sit in the urgent care for a bit and filling out this paperwork, because they gave the first aid room guy gave me paperwork in case I go to the doctor. Yeah, I'm in there, just kind of waiting for my appointment. And then the nurse takes me back. She does all my vitals and stuff, and I tell her what my symptoms are, and she says, "It sounds like you have a cold." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I feel like I have a cold, but also my head hurts real bad, and I got hit in the head. So like, just being safe." And she's like, just gives me this look like, "You're what's wrong with the world?" And I'm like, "Damn, all right." But the doctor
Guess I'll
was
die.
much nicer, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not too worried about you. It sounds like you just have a cold and a mild concussion." And I'm like, "Cool, thank you."
Good
And I went
bedside
home,
manners. Hell yeah.
and I was fine. My headache went away after that day. But I was still sick for like 3 more days.
All right. My work story is about craps, and I also got hit in the head. Not nearly as bad though.
Yeah. If I can interject real quick, when you were telling this story to me, and I was also playing Link to the Past, I thought you were talking about the monitor that tells.
Well, like sits on the table that says how much they can bet.
Yeah, it says how much they can
No.
bet. I thought you like pulled that up and then just like clocked yourself while
No,
you were trying to
it
pull it up or something.
like gained sentience and took a swing at me. What
Yeah, it's
spring
physics.
loaded? Yeah.
It's literally spring loaded. Like,
But
it's not. It wasn't a ghost. It was fucking.
it felt like a ghost. I was like, this fucking piece of I don't know. It felt like it had a soul of its own. Because
Okay.
it was down. It was like just down. And then suddenly it wasn't. Because I didn't have my hands on it. But it had its hands on me. It was like...
Okay.
Anyways, tell your story about
Yes.
getting hit in the face.
Cool. So I'm at craps, right? So this person, as I've heard from the account of every other person who was at the craps table, used to be barred from the casino, but it seems like it just ended.
Damn.
So this person walks up to the craps table, and then they're like, "Yeah, I'm ready to do some craps. Let's play craps, everybody."
Just
What a cool
as
guy.
belligerent as possible.
Just yells that, right? It's a dead table or whatever. I'm like, oh, he's got good energy, you know, this is keep it going. So what does he do, you know? Obviously, like $10 on just craps. But he's playing the pass line too, so I guess it makes sense. It's kind of like hedging your bet a little bit. Picks up the dice, does a little setting thing, and then throws them. Bam. What'd he get? 3. 3 craps, 3. I'm the god of crabs! I'm a fucking crabs beast! Did you see that? I just got crabs! And then just starts fucking screaming. He looks me in
Holy
the
shit.
eyes and he says, I'm a fucking crabs beast! Did you see that? And I'm like,
Holy fucking shit.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
good job, dude.
I'm going to talk about you on my podcast.
And then he runs over to the stick person to get like all up in their business and is like, I'm the god of crabs. Did you see that? Did you see that roll?
I think I know why they're barred. They were barred for the
It's
casino.
I'm going to need 4 friends and a dog to solve this mystery.
Anyways, so it turns out he's on a hot streak. Of course he is. He's the god of crabs and he's a fucking
he is
beast.
the god of Christ. It's not a hot
and he
streak.
keeps
It's just a
This man is a
regular
legend.
Tuesday.
he keeps getting craps. The thing you normally don't want to roll in the game, but since he
Is
has-
betting.
But since he's betting insanely large amounts of comparative money to what he has on just craps numbers, it's paying him out. But also,
So he's
it
winning.
seems like,
But also, I don't think he's doing it good.
but I think it's funny because I think he developed this betting strategy because he heard it was called craps and then figured that you were supposed to roll craps. So he only bets on the craps numbers.
Oh my
Which
God.
is really funny because he says, yeah, give me a craps.
Oh my God.
He's like, I don't give a crap. Give me one.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, 3-way craps? I don't think he knows the difference because he'll throw like $10 in, which is not a correct unit, and it's it's not like actually different from the actual craps bet. If you don't have a correct unit, it's just kind of a little bit worse.
What the fuck?
Wait, so how? Continue. Like, I need to hear the next few steps of this that lead to you getting hit in the face.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
That's what this fucking story's about. Not the god of craps.
No, it's all about the god of
Oh,
craps.
that's fair.
So I go through a whole rotation, and he's won several like $60 bets, so he's gonna be there a while. I come back and I'm on stick, and the dice get pushed back to him. Oh shit! I forgot. Sorry. He loses a little bit too.
Okay.
After we reveal that he's the god of craps, he loses a bunch, and he starts going off on the floor. He's like, I spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars over there, like his
Where?
hand in like a general direction.
Oh my god.
What, the gas station? Why are you spending so much money at the gas station?
I used to be the biggest player. I spent $250,000. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars over that, and I'm
I
like,
can only assume he's talking about some other casino.
I don't know. And then like he keeps talking about like, I'm better at this game than roulette. And it's like,
Holy shit. Oh no. Tell me you're incompetent without telling me you're incompetent.
which is like, it's the same game. You bet on the dice number. Especially he's actually playing like he's one of the people that like the night swing shift manager makes fun of because he just plays roulette at the craps table.
Oh man. That's so funny.
That's a good way of putting that.
So anyways, back to where I'm on stick and the god of craps has come back with another $100,
Oh, he lost it and had to buy in again? The
Yeah.
god of craps had to buy in again?
Yeah, wild, right?
Who'd have thunk?
So
Can you describe this
How?
man physically? No.
no.
No. Probably a safe bet not to.
No, you're right.
Never. Anyways, so how does the god of craps place proposition bets, which are the bets in the middle that you have to give money to the stick person in order to bet them? Well, obviously, he fires the chips out of his orbital laser from the fucking stratosphere. So,
Hold on 1 second. Alright, my chip will be coming in. It just rail guns through the fucking ceiling. The craps table explodes.
he fucking throws the fucking chips like fucking 10 feet in the air to fucking land on the proposition bets, and then goes like, what did land on? Oh yeah, I wanted a Horn High Yo. As if like he had decided that before it landed on the Horn High Yo.
Oh my god.
And of course, he really likes the game. He wants to play fast because that's how you roll the most craps. Play as fast as possible. So, we out 7 out, and I have to pick up all the hard ways and stuff because there's other people on the table too, not just the craps lord.
Oh god, I'm so
Or sorry,
sorry.
the god of craps. So I lean down, and then I start picking up all the shit, and then I hear him yell, $15 3-way craps or some shit. No, I think it was just $5 craps. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, give me a second, and then I get hit in the fucking head, in the back of the head by a chip, and I'm like, fuck, what was that? What?
Oh my god.
And then the floor's like, yeah, calm down. You just hit him in the head? So, like, slow down with your bet. And then the next time, he does it again. He doesn't hit me this time. But he does it, and then the
But
floor's
not,
like,
not
okay.
on purpose.
Yeah,
Out of sheer luck.
yeah. Out of
It
sheer
happened
luck.
to be luck that the chip didn't
And
like
then the
rain
floor-
down on you.
Yeah, and then the floor's like, okay, calm down. You just hit him in the head. Like, louder. Like, you hit him in the head. Don't throw your chips until he's ready. Wait for him to be ready. And the dude's like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. And then, of course, the next thing he rolls is craps. And what does he do to the stick person when he rolls craps? He runs up to them and he says, "Yeah, I'm the god of crabs!
Oh my
You
God.
see that? I'm a fucking..."
Holy fucking shit.
And I'll go like,
This,
"Yeah, man. Yeah, good
it's
job."
his world. We're all just living in it.
It's so true.
It's crap squirrel.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What a poor, unfortunate soul.
Craps table's really funny sometimes.
Yeah, I bet.
There is also now a craps player who, even today, I was just walking out of the pit and they were like, "Hey, Ivan, how's it going?" And I was like, "Oh, pretty good. How's it going for you?"
Sick.
Yeah.
You're
Which
part
is
of the community
something.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
Something that
remembered-
never happens at a blackjack table.
I just
No.
remembered something.
Sorry,
weird.
actually, I have had that happen at a blackjack table before. Weird.
I just remember something weird that happened when I was replacing that second monitor.
Yeah.
I looked over and there was two guys. One had a camera, and the other one had a basketball. Okay.
A camera and a basketball?
Yeah, they had a camera on the basketball, and they were. I was in pit 1, so there's another craps table, and they put the basketball in the craps table, and they like roll it and they follow it with the camera, and I'm just like, I don't think that's allowed, but I can't say anything because I'm
Did
just
they have badges?
no. They were just random people. They had backpack. The only thing I could fathom is that there was an event going on for like a basketball thing, and the only thing I can fathom is that they were somehow related to that, and they somehow had permission to do that, which I highly doubt. But I saw
It might be a Hoop Fest thing.
Or March Madness? Was that
Yeah.
Hoop Fest?
no that's
Something.
different.
It might be March Madness too. Yeah.
That is fucking buck wild. That would shell shock me if I ever saw that happen. I would just I would turn to stone.
I just hear like crazy shit like that people are telling me about stuff that like happens on the craps table or that has happened on craps tables before. For example, someone brought dice from the casino that they had bought to a dead craps table to practice shooting dice.
Oh my god.
Whoa, no.
Which
That's
is-
super not allowed, right?
Probably the biggest like no I could imagine, other than of course the thing that that the floor told me where they had someone, two separate people, they were very adamant it happened twice at two different times with two different people pee in the craps rail.
That's the outside.
It's the rail on the outside that people put their drinks on.
I can't. I was gonna ask
I
if you think
refuse to
anyone.
live in the timeline where this is true.
I was gonna ask if you think anyone has tried to have sex on the craps tables.
Oh no. Oh, but when I worked security at the train station, I caught people having sex on the property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
I mean, well, yeah, it is like
That's
across the
really funny.
street from a bar.
It's that thing you
And
said
then
is
they were
really
like
funny.
incredibly apologetic, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't care, but
What?
like, just leave."
That tracks at the train station.
Oh, yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, can we fix that in post so that it makes it sound like I meant to?
Say
that on purpose.
All right, everybody,
I don't know.
we're taking a break. See you guys all after the Patreon ad.
Is that a no?
Hello, everyone. Taking a break from the podcast to tell you all to subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/IvanTT. That's IVANTT. It's how you help support the podcast, how we get all of our stuff together, and you get a sick bonus in that all Patreons with the tier 2 or higher get a shout out. So quick shout out to Thunderbird145, who is our current tier 2 patron. Thank you, everyone, and back to the podcast. Hello, everybody. We are moving on to the Media Minute, and I'm gonna start us off this one since I ended the last one, so I should get the longest amount of straight talking time. It is my podcast. anyways, I watched Crypto King. I don't know what the subtitle of the name is, but it is about
Crypto King, King of Crypto, and God of Craps.
no. It's like Crypto King the I don't know, whatever. Anyways, so it's a very long movie for what it says. So it's about a crypto exchange company that works in Canada. Right?
Oh, it's about like a crypto firm?
Yeah. Where people like buy crypto from them, and then they have a crypto bank there, and they, you know,
Oh,
that's
okay.
it, because that's the only thing you do with crypto is you buy and sell it. But
Pretty much.
yeah,
Well, apparently you can also use it in video games.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
funny.
stupid.
Anyways, it retails
Oh
an
wait, that might
entire
be
story
specifically NFTs.
of
I apologize.
No,
a-
it's not.
Oh, okay, cool.
Of X Quadriga or whatever. Really weird company name. And they were like the biggest one in Canada that like everybody bought their crypto from to like do the stuff. And it goes through like people's stories of how they bought from X Quadriga. One dude like bought from X Quadriga to immediately transfer from like USD to CAD because it was the fastest way to exchange money, basically. And then
I mean, that makes sense.
yeah, the first time that Bitcoin like crashed, X Quadriga stopped working immediately.
What do you mean stopped working? You mean just like
Like the service?
ghosted?
Yeah,
It's just like,
nobody could take any money out.
oh wow, that's weird.
Yep. Nope.
Sorry, no.
Yep. Yep.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No. No.
Yep.
Hey, no.
Hey, I thought the point of crypto is to
Hey,
decentralize
shut the
it.
fuck up.
What?
No.
You don't get.
You don't
Money.
get to.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways,
Sorry, that was really aggressive.
I was so confused. I was like, wait, did I say something wrong?
Yeah, that's probably how confused people were. They're just like,
this is literally my life savings.
Yeah.
Like I need this money. X
people-
Quadriga.
Hey, here's some advice.
So-
Don't put your life savings in
Calm down, calm down,
cryptocurrency.
calm down. Yeah. So, anyways, what happens next is, of course, it's found out that the founder of X Quadriga is dead.
what?
He died in India about like a month later, maybe, or like maybe less than a month later. He died in India of like a chronic disease.
Let's just say malaria.
No, it wasn't malaria. It was like Crohn's disease. Yeah, Crohn's disease.
Oh, you knew the answer.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And
then, of
why was
course-
he in India?
The reason he was like
He was
traveling
just, like,
around the
having
world.
fun.
Yeah.
He was traveling around with the thousands of dollars that people were giving him.
More like hundreds,
So-
like millions of dollars, honestly.
Yeah.
So, obviously, what happens to X Quadriga? Well, he was the only person with the passwords, so
Okay.
nobody can get any of the crypto.
So that is
So-
your first mistake.
What? So, it's just gone.
Just gone, right?
Well,
Into the
That
aether.
would be like if you took a bunch of money and put it in
Threw it
an
into, like, a furnace?
indestructible, unopenable box and hit it at the core of the earth. And then we're like, sorry, I can't get. Me, the only person with the teleporter and the key, like got ejected into space and it's gone forever.
Yeah.
Or maybe not forever, but it's gonna take a lot of work to get that teleporter to work and the key.
Yeah. Anyways, so everyone's like, "What the fuck?
Hey,
Where'd all
bud.
my money go?"
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty sure this dude faked his death.
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, he has all the money in the fucking world.
Sure.
Why not just run away with everybody's crypto, you know?
Sure.
It's the perfect scam.
Yeah, crypto is a scam.
So everybody goes in to this conspiracy theory. They're all like tippy tapping away. Oh, his wife wasn't actually that sad at his funeral. We all like,
We're going all
used
in
to-
on this conspiracy.
he used to work, he used to frequent a black site on the internet. Do you know what that is? Or a dark website, whatever
A
it's
dark
called?
web.
It's
Yeah.
just a website that doesn't show up on a Google search.
Yeah. Wait,
That's-
he used
right?
to frequent the dark webs? Wait, that's weird, right? Like, most people don't go onto the dark web and, like...
Not usually,
I mean,
no.
I go
Yeah.
on the dark web whenever. I
He's
wanna
got an
watch a
entire...
movie. Completely legal.
He's got an entire...
That's a different segment. Something starting with pirates. I don't know.
Yeah. He's got an entire...
Pirate piece. Found it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. but
Sorry.
That's just how you know.
he's got an
Doesn't-
entire chat history on one of his accounts about how to effectively scam people. All right, this
Well,
is
did
the
they
nail
find
in
the
the
li-
coffin. But you can't prove that he uses that username, right? So
Yeah,
what
but-
do? You go to a different black website to find
dark web.
dark website. God damn it, fucking shit.
It's okay.
Keep
I also skipped the part where he's friends with someone who's like very sketchy and maybe a criminal, and then actually he is a criminal, and then oh yeah,
He's
was
friends
just
with a
taking-
guy
yeah.
who's an expert at faking deaths.
no, and
yeah, what are the
identity
text
changes.
messages that say how to fake your death?
yeah.
That's
And
the nail in
then-
the coffin.
And then
Google search.
so on another dark website, it's found that he paid somebody a lot of money to make like a program for him, like it's
to do something mundane.
to do something like pretty mundane. I think he like must have been like hacking or something. It was like not at all related.
I mean,
And so, you know what this does? The newspaper decides they need to investigate this.
Sure.
They need to check this guy out.
I mean, to be fair, it's
Maybe
a lot of money.
he faked his death.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
can't remember what some Canadian newspaper sends their reporter to the ground in India where his death certificate says the man dies, goes and talks to the doctor. The doctor says, oh yeah, that guy died.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's the end of the movie.
Huh? What the fuck?
Yeah, the dude actually just died.
Oh,
I can't believe it
well,
at all.
I mean,
It's unbelievable. I can't believe a man died. I can't believe they said a man died and he
I mean,
died.
it's too bad he died.
Yeah,
It's
it
too
sucks
bad
that
all
he
those
died.
people's money is just gone.
It's just voided.
Oh, but
Do you
here's the
think-
best part. So people, despite the fact that this man is actually dead, never coming back, didn't fake his death, is like
Yeah.
actually dead person, despite what everybody thinks. People wanted to like exhume his body to check like what no, he's dead. Shut the fuck up.
What to
Anyways.
like look for the codes? It's, like
No.
Well,
look
no,
up-
no, no, no,
No,
no, no,
to
no,
dig
no,
up
no,
the
no, no.
body.
This is where it gets great. The IRS checks Quadriga because sorry, not the IRS, the Canadian IRS, whatever that is.
So
I
the
think it's called
CRA.
the
Yes, I don't know.
no, it's I think it's like the IRA or something. No, IRA is a completely different thing. Never mind. I don't know the name. Anyways, they,
What is the name of the Canadian IRS?
Mhm.
The CRA.
the CRA,
Yeah, I was
Can-
close. I
Canada
said
Revenue Agency.
yeah, the Canada Revenue Agency. They look into it and they're like, oh yeah, none of these numbers add up. What's going on here? And so a hacker lady from I think Quebec, I don't know. She was probably the coolest person in the movie. She was like, yeah. I was like, well, it's crypto, so if they have all this money, why don't we just look at it on the blockchain? Like, you know,
Yeah, wait.
see where it is, and then she goes into the blockchain, and X Quadriga doesn't have any money on the blockchain,
Oh no!
which means he escaped with the crypto.
No, I mean,
No, of course, he's just dead.
Yeah.
It's later found out that he actually just ran an entire scam where people paid him money, and then he gave them a picture that said, you have 1 Bitcoin, and then they did it.
Wait, really?
And it became the biggest crypto firm in Canada.
wow.
It wasn't even a matter of passwords. They got PNG'd.
Yeah, they didn't.
How? That these fucking buffoons would just be like, I want $30. I want $130,000 in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, how'd that guy get his USD into Canadians?
He did.
He didn't.
He didn't.
Did he complain about it? He's
Yeah,
like,
that's what it was about. He was like, "Yeah, I just transferred it into like I wanted to make my $130,000 in American to Canadian, so I hit the button and then I went and then it was like, oh, I can't do it.
was it just like a website?
Yeah, it's a website.
Hilarious. And fucking evil.
No wonder he was in fucking India. He was
Yeah.
like, if anyone got wind of this, his ass was toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, what he did was he took all the money and then he tried to put it into other cryptocurrencies.
Oh my
Then he
Which, of
lost
course,
all of his money because
yes,
it crashed.
No fucking way. No shot.
No. He was like day trading crypto, but like constantly at a loss.
No fucking way.
You know what's funny? It's so
Holy
hard
shit.
to be constantly at a
Crime
loss.
doesn't pay. Wow.
No, stupid crime doesn't
Also,
pay.
he died in India of Crohn's disease, an almost entirely non-fatal disease.
Oh my god. Wow.
There's a lot of layers to this,
That's
and they're
fucking
all
crazy.
stupid.
Why did you say this is not worth watching? This sounds like the most watchable documentary ever made.
But it
Okay,
sounds
I have told you the entire story, except for the dude who wears like a fucking like one of the dead Mao heads and talks with a robotic voice to protect his identity as conspiracy theory man.
No, that's just actually Dead Mouse. He's just in the documentary.
Wow, I can't believe they got the Dead Mao 5 to play in this documentary.
So, anyways, I just told you the entire movie.
Yeah.
There's no point in watching it now.
Well,
No, but it took me 12 minutes, and the movie is
Is it 3 hours or something?
like an hour and 12 minutes.
yeah, that doesn't.
It sounds like a
Sounds so-
documentary length.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad.
To be fair, I did watch a
The amount
video.
of I skipped 0 things.
There's just like a bunch of padding, or
Yeah.
oh, okay. I mean, yeah, it's a documentary, man. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess.
I don't know. I agree. I don't think it'd be worth watching.
Well, no,
It's
but
not
like,
right.
the whole point of the thing is like, oh, he faked his death. And like, the entire time, they're just trying to trick you into thinking that the dude is alive somewhere and he faked his death. But then in the end,
So
the
you said when you meant you weren't skipping anything, you meant you also weren't skipping all the parts where you were trying to make me think the guy faked his death.
yes,
Oh,
because
okay.
that's the first hour of the movie, and then the last 12 minutes is, yeah, the reporter went to India, and it turns out he died. The end. Bye.
That I don't know. Documentaries are fuck. What was it? It's on like Netflix or something?
Yeah.
The documentaries on Netflix are like fucking wild.
I like Tinder Swindler.
I can't. I can only remember.
But
I
also,
really
the
like-
Tinder Swindler was
I
a
really
real
like,
person who did all the crimes that he was accused
Beyond
of
the
in the
Curve.
thing.
yeah, that was
Beyond-
the one I was gonna bring up.
Beyond the
It's
Curve
really
is
good.
fucking amazing.
There's
That's
so
an
many
excellent documentary.
only
things
documentary I've seen
happening.
like 5 times, and I'd be cool to watch it again.
Yeah, I
That
think I've seen it twice.
there's so much
Oh,
just
yeah.
buck wild things in that.
Yeah.
Like the dude with the fucking ping pong balls and the sledgehammers, and the lady who's like
I hate.
so close to figuring it out,
That part is the best part of the documentary.
but then
I
she's like,
also really
nah.
like. I also really like. So like the mayor in the city. So like Mark Sargent is explaining. So like the mayor in the city, he wouldn't want to leave because he has all the power in the city. And then like the camera person's like, "Aren't you kind of like the mayor of Flat Earth now?" And then Mark Sargent is like, "Ooh, you know, I could really never leave Flat Earth. It's like impossible."
Like once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. Once you see the Matrix,
No,
you can't unsee
he
it.
just like admits it's like, yeah, I am, yeah,
Yeah, I am the mayor of Flat Earth now.
yeah.
I don't even know what to think about that.
It's
So
hilarious.
in the Truman Show,
Oh my god.
The Truman
I need to
Show.
watch that movie.
So the Truman Show, the
It's also,
mayor,
like, one of my favorite.
Truman leaves because he's a nobody in the city, right? But the mayor would never leave because even if he found out, he's the mayor of the city
Wait, what do you mean if he found out?
about the enclosure.
Yeah. if
No,
the mayor-
everyone knows except for Truman.
Yes.
Oh,
But he's
I didn't
saying
know the
in
Truman Show.
In
Yeah.
this situation,
Yeah.
if the
okay.
mayor also didn't know, and then the mayor found out, like, right?
Sure. I mean, I guess.
Right? Imagine Truman wasn't a nobody. Imagine Truman was the mayor. That was his job.
The analogy, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's almost like the analogy is made by an absolute, complete, and utter buffoon.
Yeah, Mark Sargent.
Mark Sargent.
It's also like the only analogy he uses.
And
Like,
it's bad.
literally. Yeah. Anyways, somebody else want to move on to their media minute?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a palette of some anime from this season. Aharon-san no or wa Hakarenai. Aharon-san. Like an anime. It's like it's not
The English
necessarily
title is Aharon-san Can't Be Deciphered, I believe.
Oh yeah, it's about a dude in high school who like
That's what I got from the Japanese name.
has a resting bitch face,
That's
and
'cause you
then
don't know Japanese.
he's like, I wanna make friends. So, of course, his first target is the girl who sits directly next to him, and he's like, all right, I'll be friends with her. And she's very quiet. She's super quiet.
Not like in a I don't talk much sense, but like literally inaudible when
Yes.
she talks.
Yes, she's inaudible when she speaks. And so she also has like a problem with like personal space, so she gets really close to the main character whenever she speaks. The anime, like for the most part, is animated really well. All the background characters are CGI, which is bizarre. But like, what are you gonna do? It's mostly not noticeable. And like the show is genuinely funny and cozy. We've got Daimon, which is a show about a young man who like goes off in search of his what he wants to do, and his thing that he wants to do is get in a band. That fails, so he comes back to his old hometown to work in a sweets shop. And it turns out that his parents have sort of adopted this child who got like left behind by her parents. And
That's nice.
the main character's parents sort of like thrust upon him the responsibility of being a parental figure, and he's like, maybe not, but I'll do what I can. Another like cozy slice of life anime.
Surprisingly, there's like 3 shows I've watched that are kind of like that, where it's just like a guy who suddenly becomes or is like in a parental figure role, and they're all really good for some reason.
Yeah, it's like not bad. What else we got? Oh, we got your boy Kong Ming, which is about a ancient Chinese advisor who gets isekai'd to modern day to assist a young woman become like a pop idol. And that's pretty funny. It's like I don't know. It's a lot. Is what it is. It's sort of like a mix. It's got some JoJo to it, right? Because like the second episode, he has to like finagle a way on how to get more people to like listen to the female lead's performance. And because what ends up happening is like a more popular singer invites the female lead to like a double like pop singer extravaganza, but it's just a farce so that it makes the more popular singer look better.
Mhm.
And so Kong Ming orchestrates the facility in such a way where he traps people who enter the female lead space just in there by filling it with smoke and confusing the people that are in there and making them like lose their sense of direction.
Nice.
And so they just stick around and happen to listen to the female lead song, which is very JoJo.
He was smart.
Oh, there's a horrible. There's like a really bad isekai called The World of Otome Games is Tough for Mobs, which is about a dude who
that
like
game-
reincarnates
that
into a visual novel.
Sounds terrible. Just
Oh,
the
the
premise.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Our main lead has to like is blackmailed into completing a romance visual novel for his
He's
sister.
blackmailed.
Yes, and in the process dies by falling down the stairs due to exhaustion. Wakes up in this new world that he realizes is the visual novel world that he was playing in. He essentially cheats, obtains a super powerful AI, and then goes to the school that the visual novel setting is in, and
Wait, he cheat? I don't care.
So
Don't,
he
don't
uses-
answer any more
okay.
questions. I realized I started asking a
It's-
question and I
it's
could not bring
good.
myself.
The set it's about so it's so weird because the visual novel is supposed to be like a world in which women have more power, but the like focus
It's
of
like a
the
matriarchy,
anime,
but it's the main
yeah.
like the main
the
character.
main
is
character is a male, and there's a bunch of like really hot dudes that have all the princes and the prince's buddies have like the most power at the school. So it's like at that point,
Wait, what?
yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any fucking. It's who the female lead is trying to like romance. Essentially, those are her.
So my
romantic
favorite
options.
version of this storyline is basically the one where instead of so it's like the exact same premise, some sort of fantasy fucking high school
Yeah.
where the main character is isekai, but instead of doing like the normal romance thing, they're just like, I'm just gonna sleep with the villain who's also a woman. That's way more interesting than whatever fucking is happening there.
Yeah, it's a little. It's he like doesn't want to. So the main character's motivation is to like live a
Survive?
peaceful life away from the events of the game. The concept is slightly interesting. He would rather be on like a farm on another floating island, very far away
Yeah.
from where the game is taking place.
This just sounds like a bad version.
And
of-
instead, because of like weird politics, he is forced to go to the school.
This just sounds like a bad version of like 7 other things I've seen.
Sure, it's woefully uncreative. It's not very visually interesting. None of the characters' designs really pop out. And there's a bunch of CGI animation. So I would
Do
not
not
recommend. What else? Did I watch anything else?
Komi-san.
There's a golf anime that. And of course, to top it all off with the piece de resistance, Spy X Family. Absolutely gonna be the fucking home run of this season. It's beautiful. It's super interesting. Character designs are flawless. It's funny and like, what's a fifth thing I can say that's good about it? The story is super interesting.
Not High Rise Invasion.
Yeah, it's like everything High Rise Invasion
It's-
isn't. The end of the first episode was so good. I was like, oh, I have to watch the rest of this, or I have to go read the manga for this.
like immediately.
Immediately.
Like
I was like, I
I
cannot.
messaged him and was like, "Yeah, Spy X Family was good," and he's like, "I read the manga."
Yeah, I'm already like 45 chapters deep.
How many are
Oh,
there?
wow.
I don't know. I don't want to look. I don't want. I'm just going to assume it goes on.
Can't
forever.
imagine there's more than 100.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear that. There are a couple of others that looked mildly interesting. It looks like there's a weird like death game one called Tomodachi Game. Meh. Oh yeah, new episodes of Comey look good.
There was one other show,
All right, let's.
but I
let's move
can't
on to
remember.
Greedy.
Yeah. My
I don't
palette is done.
remember what's my segment? Am I doing
Media.
more
Anime.
anime? Okay, so
Whatever you want to talk about.
Literally anything.
Any media property.
All things are
this is
media.
too much pressure. Okay, so I watched all of Naruto.
Oh yeah, you were gonna talk about Naruto.
I watched all of Naruto, not Shippuden, just regular Naruto, and I don't know. I don't even know what. There's not really a lot to say about it because it's just like.
Well, and you didn't watch it. You didn't watch every.
No,
episode
I
of
didn't
normal
watch. So
Naruto.
we cut out all the filler, and we found an edited version of it, like One Piece or like Dragon Ball Z Kai
Yeah.
that we watched instead, which was a much more enjoyable experience. Even though a lot of the time there was like really weird cuts where it's like music, 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 dead silence in the middle of it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Honestly,
I kind of wish there was a version of that for One Piece.
really,
Yeah, because you can't watch all of One Piece at the One Piece thing because they refuse to do editing that bad.
really,
They literally edit the entire thing. They make all the like music seamless. They try their hardest to make it seem like it's an actual production.
yeah, I could not give a. I just want to not see the filler. If you could, please.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some filler that slipped in because it was like anime important or whatever. But the nicest thing
Yeah,
was that it
so-
was
Oh, I
mean,
the
like,
episodes
Long
weren't
Ring,
like
Long Land?
no,
No,
20 minutes.
Long Ring Longland isn't filler. It's part of the actual
Oh, it's
anime.
fucking filler.
It's part of the actual manga, and it's very important to the plot.
Yeah, does One Piece
What?
do the thing where there's where instead of like 20-minute episodes, it's like 3 hour, like an hour or two?
No, they do actually something much worse, which is each episode is exactly 2 chapters.
What? Weird. Okay, as far
So-
as from what I could tell, or from what the description-
episodes can range from 16 minutes to like 40, and it's
Yeah.
really annoying if I'm being honest.
Yeah, the Naruto Kai
Because
edit.
I started watching One Piece from the beginning with my significant other, right? And we had this weird stretch in like the third arc where like it was 2 hours and we got through like 3 episodes, and then I was like, oh man, let's just do 3 episodes a day. Like that was so much One Piece. And then the next day we did 3 episodes.
and it was like
It-
3 hours or something.
No, and it was
No.
Oh,
it
Just
was
the opposite.
it was an hour.
oh,
Yeah.
Like we were just done
Yeah.
in an hour, and I was like, oh okay. Well,
That was not enough.
Well,
One
that seems
Piece.
like a weird. That seems like a weird metric to do it. But then the episodes for Naruto Kai were like, this is 1 volume of the manga, which is way fucking better.
Oh, that's
Or no,
that'd be so much
or it's
better.
like either a volume. It was either a volume or like an arc. But I think it was a volume
yeah.
because
I was trying to do like an
lots
arc a
of
day,
arcs take place over the course of just like a ton of volumes, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like the sound, like the part where they fight the sound ninjas where they kidnapped Sasuke.
but spoilers. I haven't.
Whatever.
I'm only on chapter 4. I've never seen any One Piece Naruto before.
That's a bold-faced lie. But yeah, that part takes like 5 episodes
But I
of these
thought-
hour-long bits.
Wow.
But it's nice because it's like, all right, they fight the first guy, and then that's an episode. They fight the second guy, that's an episode, but then suddenly
That
all
is
the
nice.
fights are overlapping, and it's like I don't know what to do anymore.
Oh man,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is. If I'm being honest, one of my least favorite things about the manga of One Piece is how much. So everybody has their own fight, and they have like there are chapters that are named like Zoro versus X, right?
Yeah.
X, of course, be spoilers, but you know,
Yeah,
the
right.
enemy.
yeah, the enemy, right? And that chapter is all about Zoro versus X, but
And then the next chapter is
No,
like,
no, in the background of that chapter, and in the background of every chapter, is also Luffy versus Z. And that's like the most annoying thing in the world. Because the most recent chapter of One Piece was named character. Right? And it was on one of the new characters from the most recent arc. And it was the cool thing that they did in the final battle. But half of it was Luffy fighting Z. And it's just annoying because what I want to see is the thing that's been building up for the past fucking 4 weeks. Luffy fighting Z as it keeps escalating in stakes as all the other people are beating up the other people. And then like it's just, oh yeah, Luffy and Z is the only fight left. Anyways, so here's what this dipshit is doing,
I will
like
say-
hanging out.
There are some moments in One Piece where I'm just like, I would not give a fuck. Please show me what
Oh.
Luffy's. Please show me what this
That-
other character is doing.
that was
Yeah.
me with the entirety of Sasuke's like backstory. I'm just like, I don't
Oh.
care at all. Just Naruto beat the shit out of him, please. Because
Yeah.
I don't know why.
What
I
are
just
the
can't bring
places you're
anyone-
thinking about?
I feel like there was one in Romance Dawn. There was like a section I was like, this-
Romance Dawn?
or not Romance Dawn. What's the place where Flamingo's from? Don Flamingo.
Oh, Dressrosa?
Yeah, Dressrosa.
Oh, every time they flash back to Rebecca in Dressrosa is fucking
Oh my god.
so annoying.
Oh,
Not
that's
only
that's actually what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of specifically the flashbacks.
Yeah.
I hate a lot of the flashbacks in One Piece.
so
I
it's
think
really bad for
flashbacks in general
Dressrosa
are
too
just fucking awful.
because there's two Rebecca flashbacks, and the second one is just like her dad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is your dad. And then her dad has a flashback too.
In the flashback or like a separate flashback?
A separate flashback. So there's 3 flashbacks.
They're so
One of
long.
which is Rebecca, this is who your dad is. And then Rebecca's dad, this is your life with your child, Rebecca. And it's like, dude, what about the guy who's literally the size of a mountain that we were fighting?
he's just like completely
Do
zoned
this
out. Like
another time?
the screen starts wibbling and all the other characters are like, "Wait, dude, there's like you can't do this right now."
Oh, that's
It's just-
that's like a fuck. What's that joke anime is?
That is literally a joke I've stolen from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah. There's I don't know.
Which
I like the majority of the flashbacks because I think that they are, mostly speaking, well timed and they increase the stakes a little bit. You know?
I need action. I need action.
I mean,
fights and shit.
well, there's also action in the flashbacks, and sorry, I like the dramatic action, right? It's not
Sure.
actual fighting, but it's like the drama between characters. But there are a bunch of flashbacks that I'm like, all right, can we get over it? Please. I don't give a fuck about Noland and his his significant other Kagura. All right, this is need a story building, world building experience. Neither of these characters fucking matter. We're never gonna see them again. Get the fuck over it. No one cares.
Get off the screen. Let me see the rubber man.
Did they ever?
Yeah. Also, because of Sanji's second flashback, I'm also
Oh, dude! All the flashbacks in the Sanji arc are
Yeah.
it's all the same. Child is being abused flashback. Oh my god! Hey, look at this flashback where Sanji's abused. Hey, look at this flashback where
yeah,
Sanji's
it gets a
abused.
lot worse later, right? But it's also because the flashbacks kind of stop being about the Straw Hats, and it stops being important things about the Straw Hats, you know? Right? Sanji's first flashback is kind of lame now, considering that he has a second flashback, but his second flashback's also really long, and it is just it's just abuse A, abuse B, abuse C.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can we? So I know this is important, but also this is kind of the culmination of literally 1,000 chapters. Can we can we move on from
Can
here?
we pick up the pace?
Yeah. And I don't know.
The ones with Luffy and his friends as kids. Are pretty
Yeah.
important though. Him and Ace and what's his name?
Him and Ace and Sabo.
Yeah.
Honestly, it might just be because I remember it mostly from the anime, and they make it longer in the anime, but I don't like that flashback very much either.
I mean, I don't like any of them, but I know it's it's gotta watch that one. I do have to watch it.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
How
I
else do you
feel
know who Sabo is?
What?
How else do you know who Sabo is?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess.
The whole thing about Sabo ends up not mattering. The important fact about Sabo disappears in Dressrosa. Literally vanishes into thin air.
I guess.
Sorry, Grady. Naruto?
Yeah, you completely usurped my media minute, and I've just been kind of bombarded with One Piece information, just names left and right, and I'm like,
I'll
I don't know
watch
what the
One
fuck to
Piece
tell
with
you.
you.
I don't
nothing
want
else.
to watch One
I
Piece.
thought the ninjas hidden in the Village of the Sound were the guys they fought in the tuning exam.
Yeah.
Uh,
not
no.
not the people that capture Sasuke.
No.
Yeah, is
so
it
the pe- so
it's
that-
both.
No.
Oh.
So in the Chunin exams,
Right?
there's
'Cause
three
Orochi
sound
is like,
ninjas.
man, sound
Yeah.
ninjas go interfere with the tuning exams. And
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
different.
cool.
That's like near the beginning half,
Yeah.
and then the final arc is when Naruto's being, or no, not Naruto.
Sasuke.
Sasuke is kidnapped. He voluntarily goes with
Yeah,
them.
well, they feel like
Um,
he's being kidnapped, but
yeah,
he's like, yeah, take
But the
me to
there's the
So I'm gonna
sound
get stronger.
4, which is their name, but it's actually the sound 5.
Ooh,
Yeah.
spoilers.
But there's the 3 sound ninjas sent to the Chunin exams to become Chunin, supposedly.
Sure.
Yet all 3 of those characters die.
Yeah.
like in the Chunin exams.
Yes.
But the Sound 4 were also involved in the initial attack on the Leaf Village that was done with the village of the Sand Village.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. Yeah. This is actual spoiler territory for me.
Oh,
shit,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I do like
Have you
you
gotten
haven't
the
said anything
Village
like
Hidden in the Mist yet?
there's only one.
no.
I do have one
Oh,
thing to
that's,
say though.
That's just the best. That's my favorite arc.
Oh wait, with the bridge.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
That's
I know
the
the
best.
end of the tuning exams, and then the filler that comes after it that put like a void in
Well,
my
the-
skull.
the
that
tuning
I was
ex-
like, I don't want to watch
The
Naruto
attack on
anymore.
the Sand Village is right. It's like the Chunin exams just bleed into that.
Not in the actual anime.
Really? Is there
Wait,
filler
really?
between that? I can't imagine how there's filler because the thing that the attack starts is when Sasuke is fighting Gaara for the exam.
Okay, my memory might just be
They
bad.
execute
Sorry.
the plan off of that.
fight with Broccoli and Gaara. Grr.
It's
Also
really
kicks
good.
ass.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, there's also like there's probably the worst thing about Naruto though is just watching Sakura exist.
The vapid horniness.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like that
Oh
is
yeah, that
kind
was
of
the other thing.
ignorable because it's not. It's like really present and really
It
fucking
ages
annoying.
really fucking bad.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
yeah. That was
Anytime
also
you critically think about it at all, it's miserable.
that's why I was reading Naruto at work, and I was like, I kind of just don't want to read this.
Yeah, I don't want to. I try not to watch like any anime or like
What like
consume
I'm,
any Japanese media at work.
Yeah, I'm
Just
just on
on
my
the-
phone. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I
don't want to take a chance. Even like Komi-san is like even if someone catches the wrong frame at the wrong moment,
Yeah.
it's just like I'm done. It's over.
Yeah, well, so there's that because there's the pervertedness just kind of throughout it, but like a lot of the time it's just not present, or maybe the edit I was watching cut it out.
I really hope that's
There
true.
was a very specific part of the show where there's a frame, there's Naruto's master who's like a pervert, and he's looking at these girls, and then it cuts to the girls, and then the subtitle just says, "I'm going to kill myself" on that frame, and it's just like this great picture where these 3 women in bikinis, like a waterfall and a rainbow, and it just says, "I want to kill myself" on it.
Nice.
And it just
because it's horny and awful.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
5th
yeah.
time in that small bit where Naruto is training and his master just leaves
Well, yeah,
to be like,
That's
I'm
like-
horny.
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's his character motivation is that he's horny.
Wait,
there's
is that the old dude?
Yeah,
kind
Jiraiya.
of- his
Jiraiya?
name's
With
Jiraiya.
the white hair.
The really long
sorry.
white hair.
I kept wanting to call him Jaya and being like, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
No.
That's a One Piece.
So Jiraiya, I think when he's not being perverted, is a fine character.
sure.
But
It's like
it's so
Sanji.
detrimental to his character.
Yes, it is
It's-
much like Sanji.
Yeah. Because I remember Jiraiya as a good character because I remember liking Jiraiya a little bit. But
Like,
I also, when I don't like,
Also, pretty sure he's a lot cooler in Shippuden.
yes.
but like, it's the Sanji problem where if you cut out every part where Sanji was Mineta, then Sanji
Yeah.
would be one of the best Straw Hats.
Oh yeah,
By
absolutely.
far. Unfortunately, he has to be Mineta for some fucking reason.
Yeah. Thanks
know-
for reminding me about that again, though. I appreciate that.
Mineta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
awful character that exists.
I do like to let Sanji off the hook a little bit because at least he's not Mineta.
Yes, at least he's not.
Yeah, that brings to the other, perhaps around to the other problem with Naruto is that the female characters in it are basically
All
pointless.
identical.
Yeah. So
Oh,
they,
in Naruto?
yeah,
Oh, fuck.
Sakura
Oh, God
does
damn it.
literally doesn't do
Does
anything for the entirety of it. She has like one moment where she does something kind of cool, but then that's against the other woman character that has been prevalent. There's 5 like female characters that are important. There's Hinata, Sakura, Tsunade,
She.
Ino,
Oh, you know.
and Tamara.
I know almost
The
nothing
girl-
about One
oh,
Piece. Or,
The
sorry,
the character with the fan,
Yeah.
and she's from the Hidden Sound or
Yeah.
Hidden Sand.
I've been
I
saying
But
know-
and she is
Holy
the
shit.
only character. Her and Tsunade are the only 2 characters that like ever do anything, except for Hinata has one moment.
all right. I know almost nothing about Naruto. I've only seen like a little bit of Naruto, and I already know the majority of the female characters in Naruto. Apparently.
There's
yeah.
more later, but not that many more, and they're not very important.
Oh wait, is
Weird.
the Sand Girl one of those?
The ones I just named,
Yeah.
though she has like a fan thing.
Oh, okay.
There's
I
one
know
female character I didn't mention
almost all
who
of
does
them.
show up, but like she
Yeah.
doesn't do. Actually, the literal only thing she does is lose in the Chunin exams. She shows up, does all of her fancy moves, and just gets owned because she's in the worst matchup possible for her. And I can't remember her name because it wasn't important. It was like Tim or
Oh,
something.
10-10?
Yeah, 10-10.
Yeah, I
She-
remember 10-10.
And
She's
I
in Rock Lee's
remember,
group, I think.
yeah,
Oh.
she's in Rock Lee with
Whose
Rock Lee, Neji,
whole group
and
just
10-10.
gets shafted.
Yeah.
Well, Rock Lee has to fight Gara. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My
Rock.
man breaks
then-
out fucking.
And then 10-10,
what's it
has
called?
to
The
fight-
Gates of Hell or
His
whatever.
Oh, her name's Tamari.
yeah, Tamari.
10-10 has to fight Tamari, which is the worst matchup because all of her
Oh.
things are just projectiles and they just get blown away in the wind.
Is the kid with the dog also in Rock Lee's group?
No,
No.
he's in Hinata's group
Oh,
with
Uh,
'Cause
Shino,
he gets literally shitted on.
Yeah, with
Shino, who is Bugman.
yeah. Sorry, I
Who,
thought his name
who
was
has
Shinzo.
cool
Yeah.
two cool fights where he just like destroys somebody with like bugs,
Yeah.
which is so funny because like the other
I
two
really
characters
wish
were like
Shino got more screen time.
Yeah,
That dude kicks
I
ass.
really wish Kiba got more.
my
screen
favorite
time.
Oh,
character
yeah.
that
I
I
just love the dog.
my favorite
Yeah.
unsuspected.
It's too
character.
bad in his fight he gets literally shitted on.
I don't
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
Naruto.
Sorry,
I
man.
don't know. I don't want to spoil it, but it's also something so stupid that I don't think it's
Just let him-
important.
Just let him experience it. He'll.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it's really
It's important
cool
to the Naruto experience.
because
I
I
see, yeah.
remember a lot of the Naruto characters from the Naruto fighting game where you like,
Right?
like,
Naruto
where you-
Ninja Storm or whatever.
yeah, where you
oh shit.
1v1 fight like with Naruto characters and then like Kiba special is that him and the dog do the twirly thing. Yeah.
Fang over Fang.
Fang over Fang, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I love the like just attack moves.
And
in
I've been
Naruto.
trying to find a One Piece game like that.
It
but
doesn't
it's-
exist.
Jump
yeah.
Force.
You get One Piece character.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy. No.
It's really annoying because like the biggest one is where you're like you just fight like mobs of enemies, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Oh, like a
That's
Dynasty
not what I want
Warriors.
to do. Yeah,
That sucks.
Wait, there's a One Piece game for that?
yeah.
There are a lot of One Piece games.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a surprising amount. I don't think any of them are very good.
No.
Isn't there like one called like Red?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
One
do
Piece
remember.
Red is the new movie that's coming out.
Oh no, I was thinking. of
I do really like. I remember playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm or whatever with
Yeah.
my cousin, and that game kind of kicks ass, but I don't know because you can't. It reminds me of a Dragon Ball Z Budokai
World Seeker.
or
That's the one that I was
Tenkaichi
looking at a
Budokai
while
or
ago.
whatever, which is probably one of my favorite fighting games. Not because it's a good fighting game or like a fair fighting game, but because they give you the ability to use the characters like every move they've ever used ever. Like
nice.
like if you want, you could just like you build up your meat. So instead of just being like Super Saiyan Goku, but then you pick your character, you're like Goku, and then you can go through all of the Super Saiyan forms in the fight, which is so dumb.
That's
It's just
very
like,
funny.
or you can do like the fusion dance, and I think you can do the other fusion thing that they do.
Yeah, I think this might have been the one you were looking for, where you fight like mobs of enemies.
No, because when you Google the name of the other game, you just see like Luffy fighting mobs of enemies.
It's World Seeker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I don't know. This
Yeah.
one. This
I don't
one
know,
came up when
anime
I was like best One Piece game.
Action adventure
while
video
back.
game.
I think it's like an open world type game,
I feel like most of the games that
or
come
not
out
open world,
for
but
anime
it's like
are usually not that great.
yeah, it's like a Naruto, a Ninja Storm, where it's kind of an open world, but you
Yeah,
do,
I know
like,
what you're talking
you
about.
do like missions and stuff. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, no, I think this is kind of what we're talking about. But you can only play as Luffy.
Oh, that's too bad.
Wait, do you guys know what the Byakugan does from Naruto? Because it's buck wild, like the things it does.
Also,
Wait,
apparently,
The white eyes. So there's like so Hinata and Neji both have it, and it's just their eyes are white.
yeah,
The Byakugan has 2 or like 3 effects that it has. One, it lets you see in every direction except for like a small like cone.
I remember
Yes,
this.
I also remember this.
2, it lets you X-ray vision
Chakra-
through
Yeah,
things.
which is why he's able to hit the chakra points.
Right, why he's able to hit the chakra points. But it also lets you see farther in any direction all the time. So you can, and this is a trainable feature of it, where you can make yourself see farther, like the
Yeah,
more
like
you do it.
telescopic vision.
Yes,
Wow.
but
That's wild.
it's like literal kilometers of vision, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
Wow.
it was just like such a weird power.
All right, everybody. I don't think we're actually reaching it, but if I don't stop this, we will podcast this literally forever,
until-
since
yeah.
there are 3 of us.
yeah.
But we're reaching the friendship dawn part of the podcast.
I think we're reaching friendship dusk.
The friendship dust part of the podcast.
Good word.
Fuck. Thank you.
Wait, was
Anybody
that
have
actually
any
what it
closing
was?
thoughts? Yeah. That is what it is. It's what I say every time. It's just I
Hey,
say
you
it
guys
wrong.
want to play Naruto Ninja Storm?
Yeah,
No.
kind of a little bit.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I mean,
Wait.
not right now.
Oh,
But
I almost just
I had
kept
it
the
for my
podcast
Xbox.
going for another 15 minutes, but
wow. Oh
because I was gonna bring up the new Lego Star Wars game that just came out because it looks
Oh.
insane.
I want to buy it.
You can air combo people,
I
and it's
refuse to
so
believe it's good.
wild.
I
don't-
absolutely belligerently refuse to believe it's good.
All right, leaving on that note. See you, everybody.